DJ Beatstreet, and today I have international DJ Steve Aoki. What's going on?
What's up?
How are you?
Good.
We're over here in HC. You're about to shut down HQ tonight.
I hope so.
Let's go right into it. I mean, the name of this thing is Aoki. I seen you in Philly when you were doing the Philly show. Waka Flocka was Aoki America, and you have Aoki Spring Break. So, what to you is Aoki thing in general?
It's just putting the Aoki experiential stamp on a show.
Okay.
Because I want people to leave with something unique, something that they've never seen or experienced or heard before. So really, when I'm playing a lot of my own music. I'm playing a lot of Dim Mak music, and I'm bringing in a different element, my own element to the experience.
Okay, and also saying about different experiences and stuff, to me that caught me a little bit off guard was like this recent tour, like you included, Waka Flocka, a hip hop artist on I guess things that be more of an EDM type tour. Is this kind of a precursor to possible working with him on your album that's coming up?
Yeah, actually the first single off of Neon Future, which is my album, which is coming out end of the summer, is a song I did with Waka. And it's called Rage and Night Away. It's coming out next month, and I've been debuting the song through my set, and I'm gonna play it out tonight, so
okay.
People hear it. It's called Rage and Night Away, and we just shot a music video last week, and it's a banger. It's really a perfect place between his world and my world. We really found that niche that makes sense for him to do his flows and really capture his energy and who he is, while I could still make the song just really intense and really kind of like fiery. So it's a really great song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting to hear it. I mean, just knowing that your energy from when you put your tracks and your shows, and just like the Waka hip hop scream, the way he delivers his stuff. Squat. Yeah. No, that'd be crazy. And you said Neon Future is the album. Want to talk about that? And what kind of sounds will be on there? Like, what direction is this album going to be?
The album is actually in two parts. The first part is coming out in August, and the second is coming out next year. And I've already finished writing all the songs. I wanted to all be finished first, and then I'm split it up into almost like there are two different kinds of emotional environments, landscapes, soundscapes. The first is more upfront and more fun, and the second is more emotional and tapping more into it's just more of a beautiful soundtrack to the Neon Future concept. So the first album I have some beautiful emotional records on the first one too, but they all gel together better. I have a song I did with Fall Out Boy, Waka Flocka, MGK, will.i.am, Empire of the Sun, and then two collaborations I did with Afrojack and Folks Pavilion.
Okay.
And then a vocal for Boneless. So that's going to be album one. And album two, I'll talk about that one in time. But it's the first single's with Waka. I'm excited about that coming out.
Nice. So would the difference between your first and your second one be more of a vocal album than more of an instrumental album, or kind of just bring?
There's vocals on pretty much every song on the second album, an exception to maybe one song, which is my own vocal, but I just sampled and tweaked my voice so it doesn't really feel like a vocal.
And the Boneless song, you're sharing with Chris Lake. He's going to have it on his album as well, or
I think. I mean, he has every right to do whatever he wants with that song. I think. I mean, I'm sure if he wants to put it on his album, he can. But I know that we're trying to finish up the vocal so we can make it on this album. So and I know Chris is working on. He's got a lot of different songs in the fire, and really excited to hear what he's got cooking too.
Okay. And the Boneless vocal, I've been hearing rumors of, there was or there wasn't going to be a version, and then who or who may not be in it? Are you able to speak about that, or are you just...
Not yet, because it's not, like, we have this incredible vocal from one of my favorite rappers. I don't want to say his name because it's not going to ever, like, come out, but, I mean, he killed it, and I don't know why he decided to take it off. So we're getting another vocal on there, and it's by another great artist, so I'm just waiting for it to come in.
Okay, and Boneless has been doing great in the club, and actually, you know, me being a radio DJ, you know, I try to put it in, I fit it in, you know, with the sets on air and everything, but, you know, when you make songs, do you make some with the goal of doing radio in mind, or is it just like, if it happens, and let it be?
Yeah, you know, I never think radio first, and maybe that's why my songs are never on the radio. An exception, like, to, like, a few that have breached the surface, and that has a lot to do with who I'm working on the song with. Like, for example, the Linkin Park record I did, Alive That Never Comes. A lot of the arrangement decisions and changes were from the Linkin Park team, like Mike Shinoda primarily. So, like, he really understands, you know, how to make a radio record that's a Linkin Park record, and he taught me a lot in that respect too. I mean, I learned a lot working with Mike. So, I mean, I've definitely, if you asked me that question, before I started working with Mike, I would say, like, no, I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if radio plays on records, I love that, you know, because there's so many more people hear it. But I've survived up to this point in my career with like very, very little radio support, and it's like a different. Because of that, I know that I can survive as an artist. You know, because there's some artists that, like, they actually need radio support in order to survive as a career. So I feel very blessed that way.
Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, you know, some artists that, you know, do with no radio support and they do really great as an indie. And then, like you said, there's other people who just get stuck when that machine isn't really behind them. And I mean, it says a lot about the artist. It says a lot about you and your music. It's good. It's what sells, and it's what the people want.
It's like underground is no longer underground. It's like a larger space. It's not commercial, but it's just it's like it's still underground because it's not on the radio, but it's not commercial. It's like this weird, massively exponentially growing space, and that space is really where like my music lives. But, you know, there's a couple of songs on this album that I have a feeling have some radio potential.
Okay.
I think the song I did with Fall Out Boy has a lot of potential because there's like certain things that I can hear that I can hear on the radio from the song. So if they pick it up, that'll be dope. If not, it's, you know, it's meant for the fans of Fall Out Boy and myself.
Okay. All right. And let's talk about Selfie.
Yeah.
Or Dim Mak. That's a record that's on there and it's doing great. You as a label owner, again, are you one of those guys who lets your artists, you know, just put out whatever they want to put out and, you know, hope for the best, or just like, do you focus more on, let's find something that's going to be workable?
I'm right in between that.
Okay.
Those two worlds. In regards to Selfie, everything's case by case. In regards to Selfie, that was entirely to the credit of the Chainsmokers. They delivered that record with no Dim Mak A&R. That was their concept and their idea and their musical freedom to write that the way they wanted it to. And you know, we're there to support and push, you know, satellite that music out as a label. So I love to see a song like that has no vocal, that, you know, has just banter, as a satirical, cultural banter, breaking the top 10 of general iTunes, and it doesn't have a pop icon attached to it, a name brand pop icon attached to it, nor a big vocal top line attached to it. So it just breaks so many rules, and I love that. Like, a record like that is part of our family, and we're breaking rules in culture, not just in dance music.
No. Yeah.
So it's like I'm so like just so overwhelmed and proud and humbled by being involved with such an incredible, timestamp in a way, because it is a timestamp. Like the idea of selfie is a generational term, that speaks to what we do.
Exactly. No, definitely. Well, big shouts out, to Dim Mak and much success with, your label. I know you got to get out and get to the club and everything. So, last thing for any people that want to find you, social media, if they want to take their selfies and send it to you. Instagram.
Yeah, it's really easy, just my name.
Boom, and that's it. We have it.
Peace.
Peace.
Cool.